Introducing Keenan Marquise Prudencio Feel the Burn Podcast. We talking about getting that Lombardi. You gon' need at least 15 straight. We talking about getting that Heisman. Bust it up right, then I hit him with the fade. Who gon' be the number one conference? Big 12 or the Big 10? ACC or the Pac-12? Now the SEC still gon' hell. When it comes to the course, we don't cover no records. We talking about brackets and getting buckets. Who gon' give us the player of the year? Do you think it's gon' be another Cinderella story? Will we see a repeat? Who gon' come out the East? Who deserves MVP in the so much more? You tuned in to the hottest sports podcast out. Sit back and enjoy. Always bringing you the hottest takes. Break it down so you can relate. From the preseason to the champs come, we cover everything in between. Got the airwaves on lock with the best analysts in the game. Feel the Burn Podcast on. Turn it up and let the show begin.
Feel the burn. Feel the burn. Feel the burn. Behind the feel the burn. Yeah. Welcome to another episode of Feel the Burn, the hottest sports podcast out. I am the man with the plan, the host who does the most. My name is Prudencio Logan. I'm joined by my two co-hosts,
Marquise Seabrook
and Kanan the Don.
And fellas, we got a jam-packed show today. Let's get right into it. NBA recap. We got a lot to talk about. First round, Eastern Conference already taken care of. 3 out of the 4 teams won in 5 games, and the Bucks are the fortunate team to win in 4. Keenan, what are your thoughts about the East first round?
I thought it would be more entertaining. It was spurts in the games, that was entertaining. The most entertaining series fan-wise, though, was the New York-Atlanta series. It was fun watching Trae Young interact with the New York fans because they had me ready to go out there and try to shoot a 3 or something. That was hype, no lie. But the East, it was only surprise I got at the East was Washington only winning 1, especially when Embiid went down, and the Hawks. The Hawks surprised me. So I admit I was wrong, fellas. I apologize for bashing y'all city. Mm-hmm. Y'all took care of business for the first time in a long time.
That's facts. We didn't give up no lead.
You said what?
We didn't give up no lead.
No, y'all didn't. Y'all played y'all butts off. So congrats on it. Congrats on that. Y'all got something to cheer about in Atlanta now.
Wait. Before we continue, Logan, you picked the Knicks. Keenan, did you pick the Knicks?
Yeah, I picked the Knicks. I was going with Atlanta.
Oh, I'm fine with that. I told you, Atlanta got their big playoff win. Again, that was probably the most entertaining series easily. I'm really surprised Boston was even able to win one. But, hey, a gentleman's sweep, still a sweep. Atlanta came out, performed on the big stage. This is good for free agency going forward. Trae Young performed well. Herter, they played really well that series. New York has struggles trying to score. Julius Randle went from most improved to role player real quick. But very big series for the Atlanta Hawks. Now they got a big series coming up against the 76ers.
That is true. They do have a very big series against the 76ers. But I think the Hawks have a chance. I mean, considering that Embiid is hurt. And they say it's a slight tear in the meniscus. Keith, have you ever tear a meniscus before?
Out of all the things I tore, I never had a slight tear in the meniscus. However, with a guy that big and moving all of that weight, I want to see how well Embiid will be able to play through a series. It's different going in a game, but in a series of 7, the rest will help them for some point. But if Embiid is not who Embiid is, this actually goes in favor of the Hawks because I really feel like Embiid is probably their best scorer. When in terms of just one-on-one, go get a bucket. With Embiid being hurt, this is a very favorable matchup for the Hawks.
That is true, and there were some good games in the first round. Tatum had 50. He put the team on his back. If Jaylen Brown wasn't hurt, it probably would have won 6 instead of 5. Probably would have won 6. You know, Jaylen Brown's and then Kemba missed the last 2 games. We got to be fair. If the Celtics were at full strength, it probably would have won 6.
Jaylen Brown, yes. I don't know if Kemba really made that much of a deal.
Anyway, the Atlanta Hawks, they dominated the Knicks. The Knicks led for a quarter and a half of the entire series. Out of 5 games, 1 quarter and a half. Julius Randle, he put up good stats as far as how he had 5 double-doubles. But the Knicks don't have no playmakers. Knicks don't have no playmakers, and that was a problem for a lot of the teams in the first round that lost. The Knicks, the Miami Heat, the Boston Celtics. Who's this? Well, the Wizards have Westbrook, but their team is just not good.
I think Washington also shot bad the first couple games.
Yeah, they shot horrible.
Yeah, you can't have Bertans out there 80 million and can't hit a 3.
Yeah, especially, I mean, we probably talk about the Knicks for the simple fact it was more entertaining than the other series for the most part. It felt like the shots that Randall was taking, while he's been, playing well, early in the shot clock, like maybe even get close to the rim to get those post moves. It seemed like everything was a very contested shot for the most part. Like, I'm pretty sure as Hawks fans, at some point you was like, you know what? Keep shooting, Randall. Please keep shooting. We will give you the ball. We will not deny ball. Give him the ball. Like it almost felt like it was a benefit for him to touch the ball the later the game got.
Yeah, the Knicks needed Derrick Rose to play like he was before MVP Derrick Rose. And it was too much. RJ Barrett, Julius Randle, they had a good regular season. Just were bricks in the first round. Hawks took care of business. Now we have an interesting second round. We have the Philadelphia 76ers against the Atlanta Hawks. Keenan, what is your thought process around this series? What do you think the Hawks do the Sixers have a chance without Embiid?
Yes, they got a chance because of I think Ben Simmons still play a good role, and Dwight Howard role has to step up more, which I think he's been helping their team, like just from the sideline, just being that veteran big man, especially with Embiid. I think they got a chance. I think this is the Hawks' best chance though to make it without Embiid, because I don't think he's coming back. I don't know if I would risk him playing, because his future still. Because then, like you said, the meniscus on the big guy, I know what they feel like. It's hard to come back from. You know what I'm saying? Multiple knee surgeries. But this tough to come back from. So this is the best chance for the Hawks, but I got Philly and 7. It might go 7.
Philly and 7. Keith, I have a question for you.
Go ahead.
I have a question for you. So a lot of people are saying that the East is really a 3-team race between the 76ers, the Nets, and the Bucks. Without Embiid, and if the Hawks make it to the Eastern Conference Finals, do the Hawks have a legitimate chance to make it to the finals?
No.
So you
Absolutely
think
not.
So you think whoever wins between the Bucks and the Nets will take care of business in the Eastern Conference Finals?
100%. It's no shades to the Hawks. I just think that they have to go over an obstacle, learning pain to get there. And most importantly, if it's a one game, maybe it's something different. Anything can happen in one game. But usually for the most part in a series of 7, the better team wins. If you look at the Hawks versus the Bucks or even the Hawks versus the Nets, you're not going to sit there and be like, hey, the Hawks are better than either of those teams. They don't have the firepower yet to be able to compete offensively, in my opinion, to be able to do that. So, like I said, I think Atlanta's biggest point going in, of course, is to win. However, let's make us a little more marketable so we can go out and team up Trae Young with somebody else. I think that's the Hawks' next step going forward. so that they can become, I wouldn't say a powerhouse, but more of a contender in the East for a finals.
Give me your prediction. 76ers, Atlanta Hawks. What do you think?
I'm going to be biased here. I think when your best player can shoot, you take it. So I'm going to take the Atlanta Hawks in 6 over the 76ers. I really don't think Embiid. I feel like Embiid will miss game 1. And if Atlanta is able to steal one in Philly and be able to come home, I think Atlanta has opportunity with the crowd, the momentum, and everything to be able to steal 2 games in Atlanta. But I really don't think Embiid is going to miss one of those first 2 games, in my opinion. And Atlanta just has to make the most of the opportunity.
I think Embiid is probably gonna miss the entire series. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm gonna take the Hawks. I had the same prediction as you. I had Hawks in 6. Keenan, I want to come to you right quick for the next series, the Bucks versus the Nets. Do the Bucks have a big 3?
They don't have a big 3. They got a big Giannis. That's what they have. It's a big Giannis. To compete with Brooklyn, I think Milwaukee has the best shot in the East to compete with Brooklyn, to be honest. This series, I think it's gonna go 7 because unlike Boston, Milwaukee does play defense. Giannis and KD tends to go at it when they play each other. I think they had a 40-point game against each other last time they played. I think both went for like 40 or something like that earlier this year. The Giannis KD matchup gonna be great. Drew Holiday gonna make it tough. He gonna make it tough on whichever guard he holds, especially if it's Kyrie. He tends to do he do pretty well against Kyrie. Harden gonna be the factor. Middleton gonna have to step it up defensively. But yeah, it's gonna go 7. I won't be surprised if Milwaukee can beat him. I really won't be surprised. I'm taking Brooklyn in 7 just because it's still KD, Harden, and Kyrie, and you have to show me that you can stop him. I believe Milwaukee can contain them, but I won't be surprised if Milwaukee sneak them and put them out because Giannis he's finally doing what he should have been doing, playing inside in the paint. Let Drew Holiday, let them bring the ball up for him. Adding the PJ Tucker, the Bobby Portis, the Holiday factor, they all tough. Giannis ain't got to be that tough guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, you need them tough guys on your team. Them Draymond Greens of the world kind of. Not saying he's just tough, but, and PJ Tucker is definitely there. Bobby Portis is known for knocking people out.
And fun fact about Bobby Portis is he led the league in 3-point percentage in the NBA this year. So
they too. And he's been playing defense with Milwaukee. So they got the best chance of putting out Brooklyn. This is the best shot. I won't be surprised if Milwaukee pull it out.
You got Nets in 7.
I got Nets in 7, but I just won't be surprised if Milwaukee beat me.
All right, Keith, I have a question for you. If the Nets don't make it to the finals this year, is it a failure?
Yes.
Season.
Yes, 100%. It's 100, and it's 100%. There now. You have to understand with the reason I'm saying it's a failure of a season. You have a great free agency signing. You have Kyrie Irving. Let's even take it a step back further. Before the bubble, you had a chance to compete to play in the playoffs, right? And then your Kyrie does not play in the bubble. You come back the next year, you get Kevin Durant, right? You're winning all these games with a mixed match lineup, meaning all your big 3 does not play. You get James Harden, another great one-on-one scorer. So the argument of help here, give up, let somebody else beat you, you have literally 3 of the top 6 scorers one-on-one in the NBA, right? On the same team. You go the entire season for the most part, not playing with each other, having success, right? For the most part in the East, it was Milwaukee, and then once you get Kevin Durant and you add James Harden, those are the top two. When you're a top 2, top 3 team going into a season and getting in a great addition in James Harden, it's no way possible that not getting to the finals is not a disappointment. So in my opinion, yeah, it's a complete failure just for the simple fact you have of the firepower you have on your team. You cannot not at least the minimum get to the finals.
What's your prediction?
I'm saying Nets in 6.
Nets in 6.
Nets in 6. I do think Milwaukee. I do agree with Keenan. Milwaukee probably, in my opinion, has the best chance to beat Brooklyn. If you literally go down the list and you say, I guess, Big 3 versus Big 3. I would never choose against the more talented scoring team because, while the game gets slower, you play in the half court. When you have the ability to basically take turns, wherever it's hot, you take it. I don't see why you would not take the Nets in this series.
I think the bench for Milwaukee to push it to 7 to have a shot, the bench of Milwaukee is going to have to show up, which I think they could. Like you said, it is hard to stop from 3, but if you can get one on the court with the bench that Brooklyn got, I like Milwaukee bench better than Brooklyn bench at the end of the day. I don't know about the failure aspect, to go back to that question. Would you say it's a failure if they make it to the finals and lose as well?
No, I feel it's more respectable than losing in the second round in the East.
I think it takes time sometimes though for like when you get a team together. In my opinion, I feel like I always give them a year under their belt together. I always give them a year. That's just my opinion. So I don't know if it's a failure, probably a disappointment, but not a total failure.
Okay, go ahead, Logan.
I think it would be a failure if they didn't win the championship unless they lost to the Lakers. And it doesn't look like the Lakers going to make it out, but we'll get over there in a second. So, yeah. Eastern Conference, let's go over to the West right quick. We got the 4-1 Utah Jazz over the Memphis Grizzlies. Ja Morant had an incredible performance in one of these games, 47 points. But overall, Donovan Mitchell returned. Utah was too much. Keenan, Utah has a chance to make it to the finals this year?
They actually do. They playing Donovan Mitchell playing out his mind right now. I think Dennis Brooks woke him up with that one game that Dennis Brooks had. It's like Donovan Mitchell is a whole new man out there. So this is the best shot for Utah to make them. This is the best shot this year. If they don't make it this year, I don't know if they're going to ever make it. But Mike Conley's injury is going to hold them back, in my opinion.
East, what do you like about Memphis?
Memphis, I guess, in a sense, takes after the city. Like, I don't think anybody really in their mind said Memphis is going to win the series with Mitchell in the lineup. However, they did fight literally to the end. And I feel like they took after like that Memphis culture to like a small port where it's like, even if we might be the underdog, we're not going to go out here and get swept. Every game is going to be tough. Like, I'm pretty sure Memphis gained Utah's respect. Even though the series was ended in 5, right? Utah knew that there was you can't give Memphis hope. And for the most part, they didn't, once Donovan Mitchell came back, they didn't give him too much hope. And it's going to be really interesting to see what Memphis is able to do next year going into it, see, where they can, I guess, add to be able to say, we're building on something positive. So, Memphis gains, I think they gained a lot of people's respect in where they fought.
Ja Morant, is he, real quick, yes or no, is he a superstar?
Yes.
I think he will be a superstar, but I can't give him the superstar. Everybody can't be a superstar yet. Everybody can't be a
There's
superstar.
too many. There's too many superstars in this league, man. Everybody that's really good can't be a superstar.
He a superstar.
So how many? Wait. So how many superstars you think is in
It
the
ain't
league?
that many as you think it is. He's a superstar.
We'll go down the rest of the West. We'll get to it. Next series, number 2, Phoenix Suns 3-2 over the defending champion Los Angeles Lakers. Game 5 gave them a true shellacking. No AD, he's injured. He may play tonight. We'll see. LeBron, 18th season. The rest of the Lakers, a bunch of duds. A bunch of duds right now. Is this a tarnish on LeBron's legacy if he loses in the first round for the first time? He's 14-0 in the first round. Is it a tarnish on his legacy? Keenan, is it a tarnish?
Not in my eyes, it's not.
Keith?
Is not a tarnish for younger generation, for objective people. Let's put it that way. No, if you've seen this series, if you live this series, you see what has happened this year, period. You cannot blame LeBron for this. This if they lose tonight, this is not all LeBron's fault. But we also know it's a generation that's going to use it against him,
right,
very, very easily. So,
Can't wait.
I mean, in Jordan's first 3 seasons, he only won 1 playoff game. He got swept in the first 2 rounds of the playoffs both times. I mean, all 3 rounds, except
That
the
wasn't
one
his
game.
fault either, though.
Except the one game he lost, but they don't speak on that. Do you think the Lakers pull it out tonight against the Phoenix Suns?
I think it goes 7. I do think the Lakers will win tonight. However, I'm not very what's the word? I don't have a lot of confidence in game 7.
Well, make your pick, man. What's the pick?
Lakers tonight. Lakers will win game 6. LeBron will have a very spectacular performance. The role players will do something. They will play to their part. However, big-time players make big-time plays in big-time situations. I can't sit here and be like, I trust the Lakers in the 7th game on the road in Phoenix. So I would say Phoenix and 7. Especially with AD more than likely not playing.
Phoenix and 7 having to have 2 miracular. I said it right? Probably. 2 spectacular performances by LeBron James. He's older. I'm rolling with the Lakers in 7. You got to count on the king. Keenan.
It's hard to bet against LeBron. And the Lakers, they roll. The problem is they waiting to get their 2016 LeBron. And they not trying to show up for him. And now I think he feel like, okay, I gotta do this again. So he's gonna come out like the 2016 LeBron. I got Lakers in 7. It's hard to bet against him. I'm sorry.
Lakers in 7 is what we believe. We believe in LeBron. The next series, excuse me. Number 3, Denver Nuggets over the number 6, Portland Trailblazers, 3-2. Game 5, 55 points from Dame Dollar and a loss. CJ McCollum steps out of bounds. Denver takes the win in double overtime. The game's on right now. It's 22-22 in the first quarter. Do you guys think Portland pulls it out tonight? And who wins in game 7?
Go ahead, Keenan.
I'm sorry, Michael Porter Jr. got 17 of that 22. What is going on? I think Denver gonna win tonight. They can be a letdown when your star player does all that and you lose. I think they can have an effect on your mental as a team. I hope Portland can push it to 7, but I got Denver tonight. Especially if Michael Porter scoring 17 points in the first quarter like this.
Keith?
I think Portland's at home. I think Portland pushes it to 7. However, I do think that Denver will win the series. Like you said, it can be that's demoralizing to have 55 and lose in double overtime. And just to look at the shot difficulty to get in the overtime, in double overtime. and to lose the way that they did. I mean, if I'm Denver, I'm feeling pretty good. Like that's like taking a right hook, and your legs getting a little loose, and you still be able to take it, and somehow you survive to make it to the bell to get to the next round. Like that was a hell of a punch by Portland, but I think Denver wins this series.
You think they win tonight?
No, I think Portland will win tonight, but I think Denver will win the series.
I'm watching this game right now, man. There's zero defense being played. Porter just hit another three. He's got 20. And then Carmelo comes out and hits a three. Portland's up 3, and Porter scores again. 22. This game's electric. They can't stop him. I think Denver's going to win tonight. Watching this game. I think Denver's going to take it home tonight. And then they will play the winner of the Phoenix Suns and the Los Angeles Lakers. We all think Denver's going to win. I think that was – so we go to Denver. We got 1 for the Suns and 2 for the Lakers. Does Denver beat either one of those teams?
Not without Murray. Not in my mind. Not without Jamal Murray.
What if the Lakers don't have AD, though?
They got LeBron James. I mean – you got LeBron James. Without Jamal Murray, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough without Jamal Murray.
He just battled Dame, though. Just battled Dame, 55. Jokic at 37.
If Denver don't win tonight, Denver ain't going to the next round if they don't win tonight. If they go to 7, Portland gonna pull it out.
You think so?
Yes. If Denver don't win this game tonight, Portland gonna go to the next round. Denver got to win this game tonight. That's why I'm picking Denver. But if they lose tonight, it's over. But I don't think neither one of them will beat the Phoenix Suns or the Los Angeles Lakers. Not in this round.
Case.
I think, well, my pick last was the Phoenix to win in 7. However, I think Denver will win this series. So basically, I'm saying Denver versus
the Suns.
Phoenix.
Yep.
I think Denver can actually win the series, but then I'll be lying to myself too. So I think Denver won't beat Phoenix, especially if Chris Paul is able to get a couple more days and come back. I will say this too. This is Chris Paul's best chance to get to a finals. LeBron would be out. It's a good chance that we'll talk about it in a minute, but Dallas has the opportunity to close out in their next game. I'm not going to say the other teams have role players, but in terms of elite superstar powerhouse teams, these are winnable matchups for the Phoenix so that Chris Paul can at least say he got to a finals.
That is true, and it will be interesting to see Chris Paul, if that does happen against potentially James Harden in the finals. That would be some good basketball, some good TV to watch. We'll go to the next and final series in the first round, 3-2. It's a very odd series. The away team has won all the games. Dallas Mavericks over the Los Angeles Clippers, 3-2. Luka Doncic last night, 42 points, 40 points in 3 quarters. Had a rough fourth quarter, but Dallas is able to pull out the victory. Kawhi takes a horrible shot. A boneheaded shot at the end of the fourth quarter, airballs it, and Dallas was able to secure the win. Luka Doncic just had a very bad turnover that the Clippers almost had a chance to change the momentum of the game on in the final seconds, and Terrence Mann showed his inexperience and coughs it up. So, going back to Dallas, Keenan, do the Clippers have a chance to win this series?
They have a chance because if you watch last game, Luka gonna do what he do. It's just Luka. It's just being great. The Clippers played horrible. The Clippers beat themselves last night. The Clippers beat themselves when Paul George went out with their 4th foul. Rondo came in and threw like 3 turnovers. Then Kawhi started turning it over. Then they put Paul George back in. He turned the ball over before he got his rhythm back. The Clippers beat themselves. Luka gonna do what he do. The Clippers, I think they kind of found a way to kind of minimize the others' impact. But those Dallas Mavericks, man, them others, they stepped up defensively for Luka, which is what they need to do. But if the Clippers win the series, the Clippers gonna win the series. If I'm Dallas, I'm not letting that go back to I'm not letting it going back to LA if I'm Dallas at all. But you know, I'm always gonna stick by my guy Kawhi. So
Here's the crazy part. I think the Clippers have the opportunity to win the series, but I think they need to. It sounds kind of crazy. I think they need to stop worrying about taking necessarily Luka out the game and or role players, Hardaway and them. I think if they're able to minimize them, that'd be their key to winning the series.
Right.
Because like you said, for the most part, I mean, Patrick's not guarding him, Rondo's not guarding him, Paul George isn't going to guard them well enough to, et cetera. Luka's going to finish with his numbers, but I do think in order for them to win, they had to make sure that these pieces around Luka don't get their numbers for them to be able to compete down the stretch.
And that's what happened. Hardaway ended up getting 20. Hardaway and Luka was the only two in double figures.
Like
because Hardaway was able to get 20.
Porzingis had 8 points. Porzingis had 8 points. Like the Clippers, if the Clippers can't win, and there's two players who have double digits,
they just cursed, man. That organization is cursed.
Here's another fun fact: the Los Angeles Clippers haven't won a home playoff game since 2017. Aside from last year in the bubble, they have lost 8 consecutive home playoff games.
Cursed organization, man.
So, on that note, Keenan, Clippers and Mavs.
You know I'm gonna stick with Kawhi regardless. So Kawhi and 7, not the Clippers. Kawhi and 7.
All right, Keith.
While I like seeing Luka play, I don't think the NBA needs the Clippers to be out. Therefore, I'm picking Dallas to win. They play tonight, don't they?
No, they play tomorrow.
Dallas will win. Dallas will win the series.
Okay. I am also rolling with the Dallas Mavericks. I think they close it out in 6. And I think the Clippers blow it up in the offseason, get rid of everybody. And if the Lakers do not win the first round, I believe the winner of this series will go to the finals. So you better pay for your Luka Doncic's NBA Finals. Luka Doncic versus the Brooklyn Nets.
That's going to be a very entertaining series.
They can't guard him. They can't guard him either. So I think.
Yeah, it's going to be. I mean, you're going to see 120.
I think the Dallas Mavericks are about to go on a run, but we'll see.
I don't think Dallas can beat Utah.
We'll see. We'll see. Donovan Mitchell versus Luka is going to be fun.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, it's going to be fun. Donovan Mitchell versus Kawhi and friends would be fun. We'll save our predictions for the rest of the Western Conference Finals. But one thing, which team has the best chance to make it to the finals out of the West, Keenan?
Phoenix.
What do you think? Phoenix?
Phoenix. Yep, Phoenix.
I agree, Phoenix.
I think at full strength, the best team would probably be the Jazz. But I say currently in its current position, the Dallas Mavericks have the best player in the West, and they're gonna roll to the NBA Finals. So it's a lot of fun basketball still left. A lot of basketball in the East and the West. We're gonna jump over to football right now. Yes. Football. We got some football, man. We got some big news. Wide receiver Julio Jones wants out of Atlanta. Keenan, where do you think Julio lands?
I'm not even sure. If I was Green Bay, to appease Aaron Rodgers, I'd be trying to get him to go with Devontae Adams just for the Aaron Rodgers' sake. If I was Green Bay, that's what I'd be on the phone doing right now. Atlanta won't be going to bed until I get Julio Jones if I was Green Bay. That's why I would like to see him go.
So is that the team that should be calling the most? The Green Bay Packers?
That's who definitely should be calling the most.
Where do you think he lands?
I think he's gonna go to the AFC. I think New England. He's gonna end up going to New England.
That would be fun.
Belichick. Some way, somehow, Belichick just gonna sneak up and grab him.
The rise from the ashes.
Yeah.
Super Bowl.
Keith.
Yes.
What are your Julio predictions?
Unbiased, right?
Unbiased.
I don't think the Patriots are going to get Julio Jones. However, I do think for Julio, I'm going to speak as I'm Julio. If I'm Julio, I want another guy. I want a guy on the other side of me, right? So to me, that leads Green Bay, the Chargers, and the Titans. Now, the next question is, what team gives me my best chances to put myself in position to get to a Super Bowl? Well, if I go to the Chargers, I got to deal with Patrick Mahomes twice. If I go to Green Bay, I got the best quarterback, Kirk Cousins, Jared Goff, a rookie, Devontae Adams. Okay, I can do that. Or I can go down south. Or come to Nashville. A.J. Brown, a king in the backfield in 22. Probably the weakest division outside of the Colts. I think I would choose the Colts. You're going to get better weather than Green Bay, less competition than the Chargers.
Or the Titans.
No, I'm saying go to the Titans. Your only competition would be the Colts.
Yeah.
If I come to Nashville, better weather than Green Bay, easier than the AFC West, with the best fantasy football running back and King Henry in the backfield. Yeah, I think I could do that. With A.J. Brown across from me, for sure, I'll go to Tennessee.
I hope they don't appease Julio Jones, and I hope they bring him to the Chargers. Another receiver, Keenan Allen, young stud, Justin Herbert. The most money to throw at him. We have the most available cap space. It would just be a changing of the guard if Julio Jones just came out to play for LA. Well, it'd be a beautiful day. Beautiful day. So we got Green Bay?
Tennessee.
Keenan? Or you think Tennessee? Keenan.
For me?
Yeah, for you, for Keenan.
I would like Green Bay, but I think Tennessee. Honestly, I'd go to the Colts if I was Julio, but that's another. I'd rather have the Colts.
So
better defense.
Green Bay, the Titans, and the Chargers. Watch Julio.
Chargers would be nice.
You said the Patriots.
Oh, yeah, the Pats.
Green Bay, the Patriots, the Chargers, and the Titans.
Belichick.
It would be interesting if Julio didn't land at either one of these teams, somewhere like Baltimore maybe, or the San Francisco 49ers were mentioned. But yeah, it will be very beautiful to see where Julio lands this offseason.
Falcons. If you're the Falcons, listen very closely. I'm going to speak facts for you. I understand it is a money situation. If you send Julio inside of the NFC, you will be flogged for this pick in years to come, especially if that team goes to the NFC Championship. Make it better. Unless they have some type of package you just could not pass on, it is no reason you keep Julio in the NFC.
That is true.
There's no reason. Send him to a conference. Matter of fact, look on your calendar. If the team is on your calendar, he ain't playing for them. You don't trade him there. It's that simple. Don't do it to yourself.
Right.
Do the Patriots play the Falcons this year?
I think we played it.
Chargers played them last year, so we don't play them again for another 3 years.
Don't be dumb.
Don't send him to Baltimore either. Just don't do
Send them to the Chargers. We're going to move on from this right quick, though. Got Julio Jones next. We will talk about one of the greatest athletes of all time, Tim Tebow. Signed as a tight end.
Don't start.
For the Jacksonville Jaguars. And now there's news that Urban Meyer is saying we might use Tim Tebow like Taysom Hill. My dreams are coming true. We love Tebow. This is a Tebow podcast. Keith is a huge Tebow fan.
I am not.
And it's strange. It's strange why I like Tebow so much. He played for the Florida Gators. He played for the Denver Broncos. It doesn't make sense. I had Tebow Mania. Tebow Mania, it's two types of people. You either love Tim Tebow or you hate Tim Tebow. There's nobody in between. Keith, we'll start with you. Tim Tebow, does he make the roster? And does he throw an NFL pass this season?
It's very simple. The answer to the question is yes. He will make the team. And he will definitely throw a pass. The better question is, this should have been the question, is he going to make the team? Is he going to make a block? That's what the question should have been. Is he going to block in the goal line?
Throw or catch a touchdown this year?
both.
Yeah, that's the crazy part. I believe it. You will not sit here and tell me he does not get at the minimum 5 opportunities for a goal line pass.
And
I
he's
wouldn't
gonna
be surprised.
I
wouldn't be surprised in week 1.
Pass and run for a touchdown.
He's gonna do all 3.
The return of Tim Tebow.
If Tim Tebow does that, just turn off all ESPN, Bleacher Report, Hustle Highlight, turn all the notifications off, because all you're gonna see on your timeline, Tebow.
Gotta go with Tebow, baby.
They thought LaMelo Ball went crazy.
Yeah. Tebow get a game with 2 touchdowns in it. Don't even get on. Don't get on social media that day.
If you make a 50-yard catch, don't get on social media.
I might sacrifice part of my fantasy team this year just to have Tim Tebow on the roster.
Do it.
I might just do that. He's a winner. He's a winner, man.
Bro,
he's a winner.
Logan, you can't sit here and tell me Tim Tebow is a tight end.
Tom Brady fell off a cliff 8 years ago, and Tim Tebow should have been a starter then. But that's a completely – I'm joking, people. I'm kidding. We love Tom Brady. We love Tom Brady. No. We love Tom Brady. I love Tom Brady.
Tebow should have been a starter in New York, though.
Yeah, he definitely should have been a starter for the Jets. Jets probably would have won 3 championships by now.
Come on now. We're getting outrageous here, man. We're getting outrageous.
Come to playoffs.
Come on now. We're getting real outrageous here. Urban Meyer might as well just said, "Look, I want Tebow. It's good exposure. We just put him wherever. There's no reason he's not going to play. But I don't see he's not going to get 80 snaps at tight end."
You want to know what I think is hilarious? There may be a couple of games to begin the season that Trevor Lawrence might struggle. You gonna hear that rumbling? You gonna hear that rumbling?
He gonna come up like a shark.
Tebow. And the Trevor Lawrence era could be done just like that.
Tebow.
Hey,
bro,
if let's say they're getting beat by 20, because it's very possible, and instead of going to the backup, you see number 85 at quarterback. Isn't Tebow's jersey number 85?
Yep.
85 coming in to play quarterback for a series, because the crowd is. It'd be similar to Boston chanting Taco when the game is out of reach.
Yeah,
That's probably the best analogy to be.
And what happens when he come in that series? They getting beat by 30. He throw a touchdown. Oh,
I'm telling you, don't just put mute next to
Logan.
House of Highlights, ESPN, all of it. Bleacher Report. Just mute it. It's going to get bad. I'm telling you, it's going to get bad.
Logan, I'll give you one even better. Did you see Urban Meyer recent post on Twitter?
what do you say?
The renovation in Jacksonville.
It's Tebow. Hey, Keith,
Tebow changing this city already, man.
It's Tebow time, baby. It's Tebow time.
I'm telling you, it's going to be bad. It's going to end up bad.
I'm going to get me a Tebow jersey.
Wow, do you love yourself?
You have to get a Tebow
He's
jersey.
a Florida man. Of course, I'm still down.
Okay, but bro, his jersey never might as well. They might as well just gave him 15.
They should have.
Forget Gardner Minshew. Just give him 15.
That's only a matter of time. They're gonna trade Minshew. He's gonna be back.
Minshew honestly might have said, "Can you just release me? Let me go try to play. Let me go try the quarterback room in Denver or something."
No, let me go to Green Bay with that turmoil.
just get me out of Jacksonville, or even go down to Miami, be a backup till Tua gets hurt or something like that.
Come on, bro.
Facts is facts.
Come on, man.
I'm telling you, they're gonna be down 20, and the crowd is going to do it. He's in a state where he was almost God himself.
A national champion.
Brought them championships.
Yes, sir.
You can't sit here and tell me they might be up 3 and struggling. And somebody drunk after drinking 4 Bud Lights before the game and 6 during the game is going to start a Tebow chant.
One bad series, all it takes. One bad offensive series, he gonna be.
Don't let them start 1-4. You already know when you turn your TV on. Is it time for Tebow to get a chance at quarterback? You know what's going to come.
I can't wait.
I
cannot wait. And you guys, we're gonna transition. We're doing a lot of transitioning today. College basketball. I'm a casual fan. You know, I watched during the March Madness. But you guys, Keenan, Keese, are both Duke fans. And your boy, one of the greatest coaches of all time, Coach K, I'm not even going to butcher his name today, Coach K, is retiring after this season. How does it feel to lose a legend such as Coach K?
Do you want to go first, Keenan, or you want me to go?
You got it, bro. I'm speechless, bro. It hurts.
So I was at work, and when I saw the ESPN notification, I had to kind of like wipe my eyes because I didn't truly believe it, and was like, and then so I tried to imagine myself Duke without Coach K, and it still doesn't like click. Like, wow, he's not going to be the coach after this year. However, you have nothing but respect for Coach K. He's done a lot for just college basketball. He's done a lot for the Duke program.
He's done a lot for basketball in general, I would say.
And one of the most coveted coaches, basketball coaches, period, NBA or collegiate, help coach USA teams, couple gold medals. It's going to be a good sad, if that makes sense. It's going to be a good sad. It's going to be like, thank you for the memories, but we're happy to see you do something else in life, whether it be, something smaller in coaching or just enjoying life in general. So, like I said, nothing will ever beat those days where Duke and North Carolina were playing in the last game of the year. And, you see Coach K and you see Roy Williams, and you just like, it gets you amped up as a fan to have 2 legendary coaches, going to battle and then realizing, one leaves and then another one leaves after it. It's like, the rivalry is always going to be there because they're rivals, but it's also like the coach's character and their charisma also added to the experience as a fan. So thank you, Coach K, for all the memories, the championships, you yelling and seeming so unemotional about getting the best out of your players. Thank you so much. That's all I can say about it. What about you, Ken?
Like you said, thank you, Coach. I feel like I played for him. Myself and I did, man. I'm just gonna miss this look he be giving with that one ring showing, and he just look pissed. I'm gonna miss that look, man. Like you said everything. It's gonna be a good side. It's gonna be hard to say goodbye. It's gonna be hard not to see him on the sideline after next season. I'm happy he's able to go out on his own terms, though. I'm happy about that because most older guys, he's older. Sometimes they don't get to go out on their own terms and they forced to quit early. So I'm happy for him. I'm excited to see, whoever gonna be the coach, John Shire. I'm excited to see what's gonna happen with Duke once he leaves because he created a program, he created a powerhouse, a system. I mean, it's hard to think like to see Duke without K over there. So it's gonna be interesting. I'm happy for him. Thank you, Coach K, the GOAT, greatest coaches of all time, man.
Well said. Much respect to Coach K. Unfortunately, we have to talk about this next thing. Our final topic of the day, the fans. They've gone crazy. Russell Westbrook, popcorn thrown on his head, leaving the game with an injury. Trae Young spit on in New York. The fan who ran on the court the other day in the middle of the game. And then Utah, Ja Morant's parents facing the racist comments. There's one more I'm missing.
That's sad.
There's one more I'm missing. But still, everybody's been cooped up from the pandemic a whole year. Most things without fans, empty stadiums, virtual fans showing up on TV. Have people lost their minds? Like, what is? So obviously, that dude who ran on the court, he was doing it for attention, trying to get his fame. But these other incidents, no home training. Who got hit? Kyrie got hit in the head with a water bottle. Boston.
Yeah, there was one.
You don't throw a water bottle at somebody, You don't go to a game and just be like, yeah, I'm going to throw this water bottle. That's not what a regular person, a common sense, a smart person would do. Obviously, these people are not smart people. So what are you guys' quick thoughts on the fans?
It makes no sense. So I think fans have to understand while you can be diehard, you also have to understand that you have absolutely no input into what happens. And when I say that, meaning it is okay to be sad because your team lost. It's okay to be upset that your team lost. But it's a line that you just don't cross as a human being, having respect for other humans. This is the only industry where you can go and watch somebody else do their job and cheer. You have to, spitting, you wouldn't spit on somebody without the fear of consequences when you're on the street. That's literally fighting. People die over somebody getting spit on. For you to have the courage to spit over somebody else in front of you to try to hit a player, like, what do you get out of that? Outside of an ass whooping. It's just that simple. Throwing a water bottle on a player. The game is over. First of all, you really shouldn't have been surprised that y'all were losing. That's number one.
Right.
You should have went in there and said it's a 98% chance we wasn't winning this series. No matter what Kyrie did, stepping on a leprechaun or whatever, you have no right to go and do some of these. This is beyond home training. This is fans really feeling like they are part of the team. And we might need to get to that point. Like, we need to let fans know we thank you for cheering for our teams, for adding to it, the experience. but you don't do that to people in general. Because if you was, and it's simple, if you was a player, how would you feel if somebody trying to spit on you while you trying to play a game? How would you feel somebody throwing a water bottle at you? I mean, people just is really dumb. They need to literally just go ahead and let players boop, boop, boop. Sleep. Put them
Take
to
it back
sleep.
to Detroit. Take it back to
Yeah.
Detroit.
I know it's not a good look for the league, but you got to stop letting these people think that they know the players won't get to them. They feel more protected than players feel. And I feel like we need to fix that issue. Go ahead, Keenan.
Like you said, they just being ignorant, man. It's stupid. Like they only doing it because they think a player not gonna come up there. If I was the NBA before every game, I would show a clip of Indiana and Detroit, showing Ron Artest running up there, whooping the fans, showing Steven Jackson running up there, knocking fans out, showing Jermaine O'Neal making the dude leave in the stretcher. Because these are athletes, man. Like they doing their job. What if they came, like you said, what if they just came to their place of work and just spit on them? Like they really cowards. All of them really cowards because they only doing it. Yeah, security gonna step in, police gonna help me out. Like they not even built like that for real. It's gonna come to the fact where, like, if it keeps going on, they gonna hurt themselves, and it's gonna either go back just strictly virtual or on the nosebleed seats, and then everybody gonna be pissed. Like you gotta be smarter than that. Like I don't know. Like you said, how let the players go through and just whoop them? Just take a time out and just set up a boxing ring real quick and let them work them. Cause they need it. They honestly need an ass whooping.
Hey, that was a great episode, fellas. We talked about a lot. NBA. We talked about a lot. NBA playoffs. Talked about a little Julio Jones. Talked about some Tebow time. We got into the nonsense of the fans that has been occurring in the NBA playoffs so far. Fans, if you're listening, stop being idiots. It's that simple. Watch the game, enjoy the game, experience the game, go home. Go back to, sports aren't life. Like you don't participate. These are these people's jobs. Let them do their job. You don't want somebody coming into the Home Depot and spitting on you or hitting you in the head with a water bottle or coming into your office and dropping popcorn on your head. So let's be respectful. Let's be mindful that these are still people, that they have families, that they are fathers, most of them, sons, brothers. Be respectful. Let's be mindful. Fellas, that was Feel the Burn. Feel the Burn. I got a hot take. Earlier this week, I have, what's the word? I've changed. You said what?
Come to realization.
I've come to a realization. I'm going to say it real quick. I've changed my fanship in the NBA. For 10 years, at least, I've been a Minnesota Timberwolves fan, holding out hope that the team will change. And I realized that they will never change and that there's no other fans around and that I'm cheering for nothing. The players are not as good as advertised, and I've really been let down over the years. So I've decided to become true to Atlanta. And I'm a Hawks fan. I'm going through a process to become a certified Hawks fan. And hopefully the Hawks fans will accept me for my nonsense for saying that the Knicks will beat them in 6. We'll get over that. For the record, I love ISO Joe, and Josh Smith has always been one of my favorite players, but that's irrelevant. You can follow me on Twitter at Prudencio_Logan and on Instagram at Prudencio.Logan. Keenan, where can they find you?
On Twitter and Instagram, big with 2 G's _K64. That's on both Instagram and
Big with 2 G's _K64. Keys.
Yes, sir.
Where
You can find me on Twitter at just_Keys_. And on IG, Keys. 2 Q's, 2 U's, 2 I's, 2 S's, and an underscore.
And
I'm
you
gonna
can
score like Tebow.
I'm gonna change my name now.
And you can find us, the podcast, on Twitter and on Instagram at Feel the Burn Pod and on YouTube at Feel the Burn Podcast. Fellas, another great episode of Feel the Burn. Let's keep it up, man. The hottest sports podcast out right now. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Make sure you subscribe and like. And remember, Feel the Burn. Thank you guys for tuning in.